You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. What if I told you that in just 30 days you could go from feeling completely drained, overwhelmed, and stuck to waking up calm, focused, and in control? No magic pills, no exotic retreats, just ancient wisdom applied to modern chaos. I know burnout feels like a slow, silent fire that eats away at your motivation. You keep pushing, thinking a break will fix it, but somehow, you still feel heavy when you wake up. That's where Stoicism changed everything for me. In this video, I'm going to take you through the exact 30-day Stoic reset that pulled me out of mental exhaustion and into a state of balance I didn't think was possible. You'll see how small mindset shifts, simple daily practices, and unshakable Stoic principles can rewire the way you deal with stress, setbacks, and even success. Stay with me until the very end because the final step, the one most people skip, is the key to making this transformation stick for life. If you've ever wanted to reclaim your mind, this might be your turning point. Let's get into it. Number 1. Identifying the root cause of burnout through Stoic self-examination. Before you can truly heal from burnout, you need to get curious. I mean really curious. You have to turn inward, peel back the layers of stress, distraction, and obligation, and ask yourself, what is truly exhausting me? The Stoics believed that self-knowledge was the key to freedom. Didn't simply endure life, he dissected it. He urged, look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig. This isn't about judgment, it's about discovery. And you can start today. The first step is honesty. Burnout isn't always obvious. Sometimes it hides behind long hours, constant busyness, or a relentless, I have to keep going mentality. Ask yourself which parts of your life feel like a weight around your chest, which obligations make your stomach tighten before the day even starts. Write them down. Don't filter. Don't justify. Just observe. The Stoics called this process careful attention to your own thoughts, actions, and emotions. By practicing it, you begin to uncover patterns that are silently eroding your energy. Next, trace the origins. Ask why you feel drained in those areas. Is it fear of failure, desire for approval, or the compulsion to control what isn't yours to control? Seneca reminds us that it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Often, burnout springs not from the workload itself, but from the unrealistic expectations we place on ourselves. Dig deep. Question not just what is exhausting you, but why you allow it to exhaust you. This is where the Stoic lens transforms pain into clarity. Now comes the exercise. Each evening, spend 10 minutes in silent self-examination. Reflect on the day without blame. Ask, where did I act out of fear? Where did I act out of genuine choice? What drained me unnecessarily? Then categorize. Which sources of stress are external and beyond your control? Which ones are internal, fueled by your own thoughts or habits? By differentiating, you reclaim the part of your life you can change and let go of the part you cannot. This simple habit creates mental space, a quiet space where insight can bloom. Finally, commit to action. Awareness alone isn't enough. Once you see the root causes, you must respond. Remove what is unnecessary. Adjust your mindset where possible. Prioritize what truly matters. Epictitus said it best. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By consistently examining your life with clarity, you stop wandering blindly in burnout's maze. You begin choosing your path intentionally. So start small. Tonight, find a quiet corner, close your eyes, ask yourself the tough questions, write down your answers, and don't just stop there, reflect on them tomorrow and the day after. In 30 days, you'll notice a subtle but profound shift. You're not just surviving anymore. You're steering. You're living. You're beginning the journey from burnout to Zen, one Stoic insight at a time. Number 2, using daily Stoic journaling to regain mental clarity and focus. When life feels like a storm and your mind is a cluttered mess of deadlines, worries, and endless what-ifs, there's a quiet, almost magical tool that can bring order to the chaos: daily Stoic journaling. You might be thinking, journaling? Really? But hear me out. This isn't just scribbling random thoughts on paper. It's a deliberate practice, a way to meet your mind head-on and regain control over your focus and clarity. Himself did it every day, and if an emperor wrestling with the weight of an empire could find calm on the page, so can you. Here's the truth: our brains are constantly bombarded. Notifications ping, thoughts swirl, emotions spike. Without a pause, clarity becomes a distant memory. Daily journaling acts like a mental sieve. It lets you catch the noise, examine it, and decide what deserves your attention. Start small. Before the day begins or as it ends, take 10 minutes. Write down your thoughts, frustrations, and intentions. Don't filter yourself. Let the pen become the vessel through which your scattered mind flows. But here's the Stoic twist: you're not just journaling to vent. You're observing, you're asking the questions that matter. What can I control today? What reactions are mine to choose? Where did I stray from reason? Seneca reminds us that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When you put your swirling thoughts on paper, you see them for what they are, often exaggerations, fears, or distractions. This simple act helps shrink their power. Next, make it actionable. After you've emptied your mind, take a step further. Write down one practical action you can take to live in alignment with your values. It could be as small as responding to an email calmly instead of impulsively, or as big as setting a firm boundary at work. These tiny, consistent actions compound. By the end of a month, you're not just clearer, you're sharper, calmer, more deliberate. If you want to level up this practice, try layering in reflection prompts. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? What's within my control and what is? How can I approach tomorrow with more wisdom? Over time, this turns journaling into a mirror. You begin to see patterns, recognize triggers, and notice growth you might otherwise overlook. It's like giving your mind a daily reset button. So grab that notebook, make it your sanctuary. Write honestly, reflect deliberately, act intentionally. In just 30 days, the fog lifts. Mental clarity isn't some abstract goal, it's a daily commitment, one page at a time. As Epictitus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. Through daily Stoic journaling, you reclaim that mastery. You move from burnout to focus, from chaos to calm, from scattered energy to zen. Number 3, applying control what you can, to reduce stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety have a sneaky way of creeping into your life when you feel powerless, when the world around you seems chaotic, and when every tiny problem balloons into an overwhelming storm. Stoicism, however, offers a simple yet profound antidote. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Imagine how freeing it would feel to release the grip on things that are beyond your reach, to stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable, and instead, channel your effort where it actually makes a difference. That's where the real transformation begins. When you start applying the Stoic principle of controlling what you can, you are taking back the driver's seat of your own mind. You begin by noticing the distinction between external events and your own responses. The world will throw curveballs, deadlines will be tight, people will be unpredictable, plans will crumble, but your reaction is always yours to steer. Said it best, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Let that sink in. Strength doesn't come from bending the world to your will. It comes from mastering your own focus, your own choices, your own calm. So how do you make this shift practical, not just philosophical? Start small. Each morning, take 5 minutes to write down the things that are weighing on you. Next to each, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is yes, commit to taking deliberate action, no matter how small. If the answer is no, practice mentally stepping back. Imagine releasing it from your grip, picturing it floating away like leaves in a stream. This is not denial, it's clarity. It's training your mind to recognize where your energy is most effective. Throughout the day, catch yourself when worry creeps in. Anxiety often disguises itself as a chain reaction. You think about tomorrow's meeting, which spirals into what-ifs, which spirals into panic. Pause, breathe, recenter, ask, what in this situation can I actually influence? And then here, the key, take concrete, intentional action on that one thing. You'll find that even small steps create a ripple of control that diminishes the chaos around you. Another powerful exercise is what the Stoics call anticipating potential challenges in advance. Not to dwell in negativity, but to prepare your mind to respond rather than react. Think through obstacles you might face in your day and decide ahead of time how you will address them. You are building a buffer of calm, a shield against panic, because preparation and action are always within your control, even when outcomes are not. By consistently practicing this mindset, you start to notice a shift. Stress no longer hijacks your day. You feel lighter, more present, more capable. Anxiety begins to shrink, not because the world has changed, but because you have. You are no longer a passenger in the chaos. You are the pilot of your own mind. Remember, you can't control everything, but you can control your focus, your effort, your choices, and your responses. Make that your daily practice. Guard your energy fiercely. The Stoics weren't seeking a life without challenges. They were mastering how to meet challenges without being ruled by them. You can do the same. Number 4, practicing mindful detachment from negative emotions. You've felt it before, the tightness in your chest, the swirl of frustration, anger, or worry that refuses to leave. Negative emotions have a way of sneaking in, taking root, and hijacking your energy. But here's the truth. You don't have to let them control you. Stoicism teaches a subtle, powerful skill, mindful detachment. It's not about suppressing feelings or pretending they don't exist. It's about seeing them clearly, understanding their nature, and choosing not to be swept away. As reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Mindful detachment begins with awareness. You catch yourself in the moment of emotional reaction. Your heart races, your mind spirals. Instead of letting it dictate your actions, you pause. You observe the emotion as if it's a cloud drifting across the sky. You name it. This is anger, this is anxiety, this is frustration. Simply labeling it creates space between you and the feeling. Suddenly, you're not the emotion, you're the observer of it. And in that observation lies freedom. Next comes the practice of questioning. Ask yourself, is this feeling serving me? Is it based on something within my control? Stoics emphasize that the only thing truly under your command is your response. The outside world, the rude comment, the missed opportunity, the unforeseen obstacle is indifferent. Your emotional reaction is yours to govern. This doesn't make the emotion vanish instantly, but it shifts your relationship with it. You begin to see it as a signal, not a verdict. Now let's make this practical. Each time you feel negativity rising, take a deliberate 3-step pause, breathe deeply, name the emotion, and ask whether it deserves your attention. Imagine holding that emotion at arm's length like a fragile object. You examine it without crushing yourself. Over time, this becomes second nature. You start to notice emotions entering your space without letting them take over. You experience the world with clarity rather than chaos. Another exercise is to visualize the impermanence of all feelings. Picture the emotion as a wave rolling onto the shore. It rises, peaks, and eventually recedes. It does not stay, and neither should your attachment to it. Epictitus taught, men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. When you detach mindfully, you're not cold or unfeeling. You're discerning, choosing where to invest your energy. Finally, practice gratitude as a counterbalance. Each night, reflect on moments where you responded with composure instead of reaction. Celebrate the victories, even the small ones. With mindful detachment, you're not just avoiding negativity, you're cultivating peace, resilience, and a clearer path to joy. By committing to this daily practice, you're rewiring your mind. You're building a buffer against burnout. You're claiming the inner calm that's always within reach, waiting for you to step into it. And with every passing day, the storm of negative emotions loses its power. You remain, quietly and firmly, at the center of your own life. Number 5, building unshakable inner peace through consistent Stoic rituals. Building unshakable inner peace isn't something that happens overnight. It's not a switch you flip or a pill you take. It's a practice, a series of small, deliberate rituals that, when repeated day after day, layer calm over chaos until it becomes your default state. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotion or pretending the world is perfect. It's about training your mind to respond rather than react, to observe rather than be swept away. You can cultivate this inner fortress, but it requires consistency and intentionality. Start by anchoring your mornings. Before your phone buzzes or the world yanks at your attention, take a moment. Sit quietly, breathe. Reflect on the day ahead, not in terms of what might go wrong, but on what is within your control. Said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Let that sink in. Your thoughts are yours to shape. Your reactions are yours to command. Use this morning pause as a ritual, a daily appointment with your own clarity. Next, practice conscious reframing. Life will throw irritations, setbacks, and frustrations at you. That's inevitable. But here's the Stoic secret. Events themselves aren't disturbing, your judgments about them are. Each time something threatens to disturb your peace, pause, ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, why waste my energy? By consistently applying this tiny ritual of mental triage, you build resilience muscle by muscle. The world becomes less of a storm battering you, and more of a mirror reflecting your choices. Evenings are sacred in Stoicism, and you can use them to consolidate inner peace. Take 5 minutes before bed to review your day. Think about what went according to your values, where you reacted impulsively and where you stayed composed. Don't judge harshly, observe. This reflective ritual rewires your mind over time. Seneca wrote, "We should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" By doing this daily, you're not just recording events. You're actively sculpting your character, step by step, habit by habit. Consistency is the heartbeat of Stoic tranquility. These rituals, the morning centering, the mental reframing, the evening reflection, don't promise instant zen, but they promise growth. Each day you commit, each moment you pause and choose your response, you are building a mind that is harder to shake, a spirit that is calmer than circumstance. Over 30 days, these small practices compound. They turn stress into strategy, chaos into clarity, and burnout into a quiet confidence. You don't have to wait for life to slow down. Begin today. Anchor yourself in ritual, shape your judgments, reflect with honesty. Inner peace is not a destination, it's a practice. And by consistently showing up for yourself, you will find that even amidst the noise, you are unshakable. If this journey resonated with you, don't let it end here. Take these lessons, apply them, and see how your own life begins to shift. And remember, progress isn't loud, it's consistent. Thank you for watching From Burnout to Zen. If you found value here, give it a like, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe so we can keep walking this path together. Your next chapter of calm, clarity, and control is waiting. All you have to do is take the first step.